Noma was a quiet girl, known for her hard work and humble spirit. Living in a small village near the forest, she did what she could to help her family. But life hadn't been easy for her. Her days were filled with endless chores, fetching water from the distant stream, tending to the small garden, and ensuring the household was in order. Despite the hardships, Noma always found peace in her work. She would often reflect on how life might change, but in her heart, she never longed for material wealth. Instead, she hoped for understanding, to be seen for who she truly was. The villagers had grown used to ignoring her, yet Noma remained unbothered, carrying out her duties with grace. She often felt overlooked, living a life of simplicity while others in the village enjoyed more luxuries. But Noma had something more valuable than riches, a heart full of kindness. There were days when the weight of being ignored felt heavier than the physical burdens she carried. The villagers, dressed in fine clothes and adorned with trinkets, seemed to live in a world apart from Noma. Yet she never allowed jealousy to cloud her heart. Whenever she saw someone in need, she would help without hesitation. Whether it was feeding a stray animal or offering her spare bread to a neighbor, her spirit shone brightest in her quiet acts of kindness. Despite her good heart, Noma struggled to find her place. Many in the village didn't see her true worth, and some even spread rumors about her quiet nature. Some whispered that her silence was a sign of pride, while others speculated that she kept secrets. Noma, who only wished for peace, found herself the subject of gossip. Though she heard the cruel words spoken behind her back, she never allowed them to fester. Instead, she would retreat to the forest, where the trees stood tall and silent, much like her, offering her the solitude she needed to gather her strength. But Noma chose kindness even in the face of whispers. She kept helping her neighbors, always with a gentle smile. Her resolve never wavered. When she saw a child fall, she was the first to offer a helping hand. When an elderly villager needed water, Noma would fetch it without being asked. Even when her kindness was met with suspicion, she never stopped. She believed in the power of goodwill, even if it was never acknowledged. One morning, Noma woke to find something strange at her doorstep. A beautifully woven dress and a basket of fruits. She had never seen anything like it. The dress shimmered in the morning light, made from fabric finer than anything she had ever touched. The basket was overflowing with ripe, luscious fruits, mangoes, papayas, and berries, fruits she had only seen from afar. Noma stood frozen, unsure of what to make of the gifts. She had never received anything like this before, and certainly not without explanation. Noma wondered who could have left these gifts. She looked around but saw no one. It was as if they had appeared out of nowhere. Her mind raced with possibilities. Perhaps it was a mistake. But why leave them at her door? Or could it be someone showing her kindness, just as she had done for others? The mystery tugged at her thoughts all day. Yet she continued with her routine, uncertain of how to feel. Gratitude mixed with confusion, leaving her unable to fully enjoy the gesture. Soon, word spread through the village about Noma's mysterious gifts. Not everyone was pleased. Some villagers grew suspicious. The villagers, who once overlooked Noma, suddenly took notice. Whispers filled the air. Where did she get such fine things? They questioned. Some claimed it was impossible for someone like Noma, a poor, quiet girl, to have acquired such luxuries without some hidden agenda. Suspicion began to creep into their hearts, overshadowing any kindness Noma had shown in the past. Where did you get these things, Noma? They asked. Did you steal them? Their words stung like thorns. Noma, caught off guard, could only shake her head in denial. She had done nothing wrong, yet the accusing eyes of the villagers made her feel small and defensive. I found them at my doorstep, she explained, her voice soft but steady. I don't know who left them. But her words did little to ease their suspicions. Just when Noma was beginning to feel cornered, a kind voice spoke up. It was Ikenna, a trusted villager known for his wisdom. Ekenna, an elder respected by all, had been watching the unfolding scene. He stepped forward, his calm demeanor instantly quieting the crowd. "Leave her alone," he said with authority, his voice firm yet kind. "Noma has done nothing wrong. If she's receiving gifts, it's because she deserves them." His words were like a shield protecting Noma from the harsh judgments of the others. Slowly, the crowd dispersed, though not without lingering glances of suspicion. From that day on, Ekenna kept a close watch on Noma. They often met to talk about the strange events happening in the village. Though Noma felt a sense of relief after Ekenna's intervention, the mystery of the gifts still weighed heavily on her. Ekenna, sensing her unease, began visiting her regularly. They would sit outside her home, talking in low voices about the strange turn of events. Noma found comfort in Ekenna's wisdom. He listened patiently as she shared her thoughts, offering gentle reassurances that all would be revealed in time. "Who could be sending these gifts?" Noma asked. "Someone who sees the good in you," Ekenna replied. "But we must be cautious." Noma considered Ekenna's words carefully. Could it be that someone was watching her, silently acknowledging her efforts? The idea both comforted and unsettled her. "But why in secret?" she asked, her brow furrowed in thought. Ekenna smiled softly, his eyes twinkling with quiet understanding. "Sometimes, the greatest gifts are those given without expectation of thanks," he said. "But you must remain vigilant, Noma. Not all gifts come without strings." As the days passed, more gifts began to arrive. Noma found new shoes, shiny jewelry, and baskets filled with ripe fruits and herbs. The mystery deepened. Each morning, without fail, Noma would wake to find something new waiting for her at her doorstep. First, it was shoes, then a delicate piece of jewelry, and then baskets overflowing with fruits and herbs. The gifts were beautiful, but their continued arrival left Noma feeling uneasy. The more she received, the more isolated she felt from the village, as if the invisible barrier between her and the others was growing stronger. The villagers grew more suspicious. Rumors began to swirl. Was Noma using magic? Or was someone playing tricks on the village? Talk of magic spread like wildfire. "It's not natural," some said. "How else could she be receiving these things?" Others speculated that Noma had made a deal with spirits from the forest. The rumors took on a life of their own, and soon Noma found herself avoiding the village as much as possible, her once gentle smile replaced by a quiet wariness. Determined to find the truth, Ekenna came up with a plan. He and Noma would stay up late and watch her house, hoping to catch the mysterious gift-giver in the act. Ekenna's wise mind worked tirelessly to uncover the truth. "We must catch the person responsible," he said. "Only then will the villagers be satisfied, and only then will you find peace." Noma agreed, though her heart raced at the thought of confronting whoever, or whatever, was behind the gifts. They decided to stay awake through the night, their eyes fixed on the path leading to Noma's door, hoping to solve the mystery once and for all.